Who do you prefer nowadays, junkie or fighting?
I still go to both equally.
Yeah. I you know me, I used to be fighting all the time, but like I feel like the content is starting to dwindle.
It's one of those where it's like, yeah, like I was always fighting, so I kind of have that in my heart a bit for them. But I'd have to acknowledge the better side is junkie.
Yeah.
I would say overall the better site. If
I think they're talent-wise as well. I think it's better there too.
If I told somebody to give them one site to follow MMA, I would say MMA junkie.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
ESPN MMA, I guess, is one too, but like I feel like these guys are more hardcore.
Never even seen. Well, ESPN, this is just the hardcore.
This is more hardcore, and then like if ESPN is always the one that like breaks the news because they have Okamoto and Helwani, right? Yeah. But then these guys have it up like pretty much immediately. So
Helwani doesn't. He can barely break news anymore because Dana's always feeding it to Okamoto to make sure.
That's so true.
To make sure.
It's probably like a fuck you to him.
I mean, 100% it is, dude. As much as he can. But Ariel still got his sources, though.
I'm sure, though, they're paying him really nice.
Who? Ariel?
Helwani. Yeah. They must be.
He's got his podcast with Chael. He's got his own show, too. And then he does that. It's like, all right.
Can't really complain. So this was one of those fights where I had to watch it not live because I was at a MMA event in Kitchener.
I saw it live. The card was done by 10 p.m. Eastern.
That's not bad.
I was like, Jesus. Okay.
I was home by 11ish.
But for 5 fights starting at 8 p.m., you would assume no earlier than 10:30. Mm-hmm. But these fights were finishing and they were just getting on to the next one. It was just wonderful.
I was surprised at how quickly everything was going through.
Wicked pacing.
Considering how many fights finished in the first round? 1, 2, 3 out of the 5 fights, and then the other 2 were second round finishes. But it was what I was trying to allude to was, when we get to the main event and then you kind of see how much time is left in the video.
Oh.
I was like timing it out. There was like, I think it was like 2 hours, 55 minutes. When the fight starts and the video was 3 hours and 9 minutes, I'm like,
there's a finish.
I'm hoping, it could go to the third round, so it might be a Benavidez win, so we might still see him win. And I thought if Deiveson had maybe 7.5 minutes in him, what did he finish him at? Almost at the 7-minute mark, he finished him.
Yeah.
Insane.
Hey, if I saw that stat, though, I would have assumed that Benavidez probably got the finish. I mean, if Figueiredo was going to win this fight, it was probably by TKO or knockout. Because he's just so.
I think he has the heaviest power in the division.
Yeah. You knew his striking is good enough that he could put anyone out if he connects.
Yeah. So heartbreaking, dude. So heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they even did the interview with him afterwards because I did not want to see that.
As soon as Bisping brought him up, I was like, what are we doing? Did Rogan not set the precedent here? You do not interview. And he was knocked the fuck out, too. He was really out.
Bad.
Like, you shouldn't be interviewing him. Bisping's been on the other end of getting knocked the fuck out. Would you want to be? Come on, dude. You should know better than that. And then for Benavidez to start out like, this is like a nightmare. It's like, just
not what you want to hear.
Just get this over. No. Stop this.
What value is this really adding to the broadcast?
He can't even digest it. Yeah. And think about it from his point of view. So he's at bantamweight in the WEC, and he's the clear-cut number 2. He gets 2 shots against Dominic Cruz, the champ. He can't beat him.
Yeah.
So he's just perennial bridesmaid again. Then the flyweight division opens up. They do the little tournament to crown the champ, DJ him, and I think he was the favorite. I thought Benavidez was going to win that fight. Nobody knew how good DJ was at the time, but Benavidez is the guy.
Yep. Loses
that fight. Gets a rematch again, loses to him again. Perennial bridesmaid again at this weight class. The only 2 weight classes he could fight in. Then both those guys are out of the picture. And then the only other, he
lost to Pettis, but that was after a long layoff.
Yeah, and that was actually a close fight, and a lot of people actually scored the fight for him.
I thought Pettis won it. I watched the fight again recently just to do study.
I remember I felt Pettis
rocked and dropped him in the first round.
The first round was not up for debate, but a lot of people thought Joey B's pressure and 2 and 3 won. But I kind of felt like 2 Pettis outstruck him, and then 3 Pettis hung back a bit and probably lost that one.
Benavidez probably took that one.
Either way, now DJ and Cruz are finally out of the way. Your 2 GOATs. The division is wide open for you to come in and take this belt. You have a guy he's only 1-1 in his last 2 fights. You just knocked out the guy who beat him pretty easily. Everything is in your favor finally to become the champ. And then this happens. He gets knocked the fuck out, and Joey just can't get the fucking belt.
I'm glad right off the bat he didn't say anything about the guy missing weight and blaming that. I hope that's something that doesn't come out after the fight either, because he's like, it's not going to matter anyway because he's not going to win the belt.
Here's the thing, right? I would have been more upset if this wasn't the first time Figueiredo missed weight.
Oh, yeah.
He's never missed weight before, so I don't buy into, oh, he's a bantamweight cutting too much weight. No, he's made weight every other fight, so I would say he's a flyweight and you just had a bad weight cut, fine. He's already getting punished by not being champion. I didn't even realize it when the fight ended.
He lost a lot of money, though. He lost a lot of money
because of the 30%, right? But
30%. But even they had some compliance play or something. I think that was for I got sneeze so bad.
Bless you.
Fuck. I think it's the Reebok compliance play.
Oh,
he's supposed to get 30K. He only ended up getting 50 or 5.
Holy fuck! Hopefully the rest goes to.
And I think
Joey
they got. Did they get fight of the night as well?
No, I don't think so.
It wasn't that. No.
Yeah, but.
Oh yeah, it was Phillips and Silva. But yeah, either way, it was.
Yeah, it wasn't a big. It wasn't.
He got punished enough.
The fight wasn't determined by weight at all. That never really came into play. It was really just it was the headbutt. So I picked Benavidez I predicted him to win, but I was going into the fight when I was starting to do the research. I'm like, yo, Benavidez lock of the night play, probably. That's what I wanted to do. But once you start watching the tape, lock.
That's the thing. Once you start watching the tape, even though he has his only losses to Demetrius Johnson, Dominic Cruz, and that Sergio Pettis anomaly, I'll call it. He doesn't really pay too much attention to his striking defense. He's always blitzing and moving forward and just winging shots, which kind of scares the other opponent away from really throwing anything big. But Deiveson is the type of guy that, okay, I'll fucking stand there and I'll throw back at you. And we kind of saw it really.
And he's got Chris striking and he's young.
This wasn't really a counter either, though. This was like a one shot, just pop.
Well, he got him at the right time because he was disoriented from the headbutt. So they clashed heads moving in.
I didn't realize there was a headbutt, actually.
You didn't notice any of this?
Dude, you don't want to know when I watched this.
Dude, the whole coverage was about the headbutt.
I just saw the knockout. I saw Benavidez' interview, and then they didn't mention anything about it.
Oh my God, no. The whole story that Bisping was talking about, they replayed it several times. It was all about a headbutt. It was the headbutt. I didn't know about that. So Benavidez moved in. They clashed heads. Mm-hmm. He got cut badly. And then he was circling away, clearly wiping his head and disoriented a bit. And then Figueiredo popped him in the face and knocked him out.
No,
it was directly from the headbutt.
I was wondering where the cut actually occurred.
It was the clash of heads.
Headbutt. Oh,
but it was not Figueiredo's fault because Benavidez kind of rushes in. They just hit heads. But Benavidez got the worst of it. It was a bad cut. So now there's the whole argument of maybe they just run it back, especially because there's no champ. There's no champ now.
I guess they could run it back.
So. Anyways, that wasn't Figueiredo's fault, so I don't think he did anything wrong, and I do think it's a just win. That's up to Benavidez. You got cut, cool, but still have your wits about you to not. It was just a straight right. There was no setup or anything. You just popped him straight right. He was just not I guess in the moment mentally, so I needed to just fucking put him out. But yeah, that was a bad look for Joey.
It was bittersweet for me because I bet the under 4.5. It was plus 140.
I was considering that.
I'm like, yo, it's either Benavidez a little late or Figueiredo early, and it was ended up Figueiredo early. But so it was like, yes, I won the bet, but fucking Benavidez now again fucking drops the ball.
No, that's it for him. He's 35, 36. He just got
he might
knocked
even be
out
37 if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, well, you know what? Honestly, if they have to run it back because of the weight miss, he might be able to, but I don't know.
35.
Even one thing.
He'll be 36 in July, so.
The way he was fighting to me, it felt like he was trying too hard to finish Figueiredo. He was winging wild bombs, missing a lot. There was sometimes where he just didn't even set anything up and just winged a wild hook, and it was okay, it's a little sloppy. So I don't think he even looked his best, although getting out of that submission and his scrambling is
the armbar.
I think he might be the best scrambler.
He's untappable.
Yeah. Well,
he's untappable.
But not even just his scrambling. Even when you get you roll over to this side, he'll just immediately scramble to this side. He just doesn't fucking stop, and he gets in these weird positions, and just gets out. It's unbelievable how
I'd say he's one of the more explosive guys at that lighter weight.
Never concedes position, and then always knows which way to turn at which second, and just it's fucking ridiculous to watch.
I think it's going to be tough for him to make a stake to come back as a challenger again.
How can you at this point?
The only reasoning I would give is what you said is in terms of there really being kind of nobody else, but let's see what the rankings actually is.
As soon as this fight ended, you said it. You're now it's time for Figueiredo to totally put a fucking nail in the coffin of this division by going out there and winning. And that's what he did. Because now the division has no champ. Well, actually, Cejudo tweeted out,
He's still the champ on UFC.com.
Cejudo tweeted out him holding the belts. He's like, it's still flyweight or some shit like that. He's like, still. That
God,
was
I love Cejudo.
Yeah, that's good. He's technically is still the champ.
Well, Formiga, I guess you could give him a little bit of claim to it.
These haven't been updated. You have to wait till like Tuesday.
Still,
Monday,
though, but
Tuesday.
like, just look at the top 5 alone. Like,
yeah, so Figueiredo's...
Formiga has a win over Figueiredo. So
Figueiredo's going to go to 1, and I guess Benavidez goes to 2, Formiga 3. That's pretty much what happened.
which leaves Formiga there.
And
And
then-
Pantoja
and then-
lost to Figueiredo. Moreno's kind of still on the up and up. But yeah, there's nobody else there that's really like...
That is
And
pretty funny.
they added Nam, by the way.
Oh
yeah, you told me that, right?
I took a picture of that and sent it to you.
They listened to the podcast.
The guy has no wins in the UFC at that weight division, but he's ranked number 15.
So we want to... I wouldn't be surprised if we see Benavidez go out there and retire.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, dude, you're 30.
What's there left to do? 135 is even harder. So it's not like he's going to be able to go out there and get a title.
No.
It would be tough for the UFC to sell a rematch. I think the only reason people would buy it is because they love Joseph Benavidez, but you can't really go by that. So I think the best fallout from this is Benavidez probably just hangs it up, and then we get Figueiredo versus Formiga if they want to keep.
Formiga's coming off a knockout loss to Benavidez, though. No, he can't get a title shot getting up.
Who else though? Moreno's already scheduled.
Here's the thing. Benavidez and Formiga are both coming off knockout losses, but Benavidez is the one who knocked out Formiga. So if anyone gets the title shot, it should be Benavidez again between those two guys. Otherwise, Pantoja just lost to Figueiredo, so it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? Moreno's
scheduled.
next.
He's scheduled against somebody though.
I think Moreno. What, he just came in, beat Askarov in a controversial decision?
No, he should have won that fight. He should have won that fight. Went to a draw. It went to a draw, and then he beat Kai Kara France last time.
Yeah. Well, then
he's fighting Formiga. So winner of that title shot done.
Oh,
that's in March.
Okay, fine.
That's in 2 weeks.
Fine. There
Good.
you go.
It's in 2
the
weeks.
winner of this versus Figueiredo, I guess. God, there, determined. Just fucking leave the belt on Cejudo and let him be champ at this point. I'm okay with it. Or
It's officially stripped. They even said it on the commentating. Like
it's
they're like,
done. He's officially
with the
stripped.
beginning of this bout, he's officially stripped.
Okay, so now there's just going to be no picture for champ there.
None.
There's no champion
Vacant.
for the division. Oh my God.
Let's go down
Axe
the card. I
division.
think-
That's
yeah,
right. Just
no, I
fucking
want to
axe
keep it.
No, axe the division.
I still think there's decent enough talent that they
either
can do
move
it.
up to 135 or go to Asia because they in ONE FC, dude, they got good small guys there. They love them over there. You'll get paid better there. Just go there.
Like I said, a Deiveson Figueiredo win would like nail the coffin in for the flyweight division. I think he like half laid it, and just because he got a nice TKO off of it too, something that they can promote.
What are we talking about? TKO. Well, what about that was a TKO?
that was
Where's
a
the
KO.
T coming in?
I know that
Where's
was
the
not
technical. That was
actually
fucking out.
considering the fact that where was it? Actually, yeah, it could have been because they called Ankalaev and Kutilaba.
Okay, no, we got to
KO.
talk about that. Don't
We
talk
will.
to me about
but,
that
But
right
but
now.
but they look how they have it listed.
I know. We
first
gotta
round TKO. They called it a KO in the cage.
Yeah, that's what that's the part
So
where
it
I was
might
like,
be KO actually, and they just accidentally put TKO here.
okay,
So
you know
that's what it
what? Because Spencer and Anderson is kind of one topic, let's just skip to the Ankalaev and Kutilaba fight, right?
Who do you blame? Who do you blame?
That might be the worst fucking stoppage I have ever seen.
Who do you call? Who do you blame?
The ref.
The ref. Okay.
The ref is a fucking retard.
I might be on the other side here. I might be on the blame Kutilaba train. Because he's playing possum, but it looks a little bit too. But
I don't think he was playing possum.
It looked like it.
He wasn't playing possum. He was wobbled.
Really?
He was wobbled.
I don't know. Consider. I
was
feel
no
like he was
possum
playing
playing. He
possum.
was
there.
wobbled.
He
He
even
was
said he was
wobbled.
playing possum himself too. But then again, that's
bullshit from a
that's
fighter.
the fighter.
That guy was wobbled. He couldn't. He was not hiding well. He was clearly wobbled. That was not good acting. He was wobbled.
Interesting.
But dude, what the fuck? When we see a bad stoppage, it's like, oh, like the guy got rock clearly dropped, and then it's like you gave him no time to recover and he pops back up, or it's like it's too late and he goes out. This was like in the middle of a fucking flurry where they're both throwing.
Yeah.
This guy just jumps in and waves it off. That might be the worst fucking stoppage I've seen. I
see if
can't
we can
remember
get that.
seeing a worse stoppage than that. He was wobbled and he kept fucking, he looked wobbled.
The thing that
At
also
no point though, when a guy is still standing and wobbled, when is it ever stopped? Unless he's just getting bombed on repeatedly.
Yeah.
He was not even close to getting bombed on repeatedly. Ankalaev kept throwing the head kick and missing shots. They were not hitting him that cleanly.
Mm-hmm.
After he got wobbled, he only got hit with maybe like 2 clean shots. Now, he probably would have got put out if it kept going, but we don't know that. And he was in the process of winging his own shot back and attacking Ankalaev when the fucking fight was called.
Yeah.
That was
because
awful.
the head kicks didn't really even land.
They didn't.
Like they're all on his
That one
arms.
I thought land kind of, but he was clearly wobbled. But look, he's wobbled, but he's fine. He's throwing right back. Okay, when a guy
I think the referee made up his mind before, right? Like
it was. This is awful.
as soon as he right at this moment is where the referee decided. Like that visual looks a little.
Yes, but when a guy does that, then the guy keeps bombing on him standing. Then it stopped. You don't immediately stop it because he fucking waved a bit.
He should have waited. Look, he was stepping in as he was throwing the hook as well too. So yeah, he probably should have waited.
If he's that wobbly, maybe if he falls to a knee, fine, dude. But he stayed standing and didn't even eat a follow-up. You got to wait for a follow-up or something. That's got to be one of the worst stoppages I've seen. That's awful.
Aesthetically and in the moment, I kind of see where the ref is coming from just because of what he's saying. But you should give it that extra, like maybe second or two in terms of just see what he's following up with after that.
It's a UFC fist fight. I don't think there's any justification for the stoppage.
Yeah,
there's
none.
None.
Okay,
There's none.
okay,
Even if you're playing devil's advocate, it's still not justifiable. That's a
and those weren't like the hardest shot, but yeah, it was. It's all that little motion in terms of getting hit there and then doing that.
Yeah, but he did that right.
Yeah,
wait for him to get popped again and at least fall. Like it's a fight.
I'm on the little bit more of the ref blaming side now. Now that I'm seeing it again.
I thought that was one of the worst.
And especially with Kutulaba's reaction before, like he didn't seem or look like he was super hurty or even showing a little bit of signs of it. But that's
also because he wasn't fully out anyway. He was just wobbled. And then as soon as the fight started, you're probably
I need to see the angle of him first getting wobbled though. Or
he definitely got hurt.
That's the one that I really want to see. It
was a left high kick, and that's why Ankalaev kept going back to it.
Are they going to show it? Let's see. This is the finishing sequence. Yeah, none of those head kicks really did anything.
No, he kept trying it, but they were getting that one again wobbled him. But you gotta wait. You gotta
yeah.
Now I think he probably would have been finished, but we don't know that.
Okay,
guys get wobbled like that all the time when they come back. He wasn't going out. He was fine.
Yeah, that looked a little rough.
That's awful. That's such a bad stoppage.
Yeah, I wish they would show a little bit more. But yeah, that was a rough stoppage. I'm happy either way because I fucking had money on Ankalaev. He was my lock of the night play, to be honest.
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go.
That's why I
thought he was going to win for sure too.
Yeah. It sucks that we have this type of asterisk on that because this was a very touted light heavyweight fight as well too.
It looked like Ankalaev to me was clearly the better fighter too.
Yeah,
because Kutulaba came out like. He's just weird, so aggro and just coming out.
That guy. Where's the commission where they're doing the stare down?
He walked right up to him, and then he had to fucking underhook him, and then they get involved. What are you getting them? As soon as he's halfway across the cage, there should be like 6 guys right in front.
That just shows you Virginia's because they're in Virginia too, right? Their commission was not the greatest there either.
To me though, Ankalaev did look like the better fighter. It looked like Kutulaba was trying to just rush him and be all aggressive, but he clearly wobbled him. He was a cleaner striker, so I thought he was going to win.
Ankalaev fought Dalcha Lungiambula last time around. I'm not sure if you know that guy, but he's kind of the same composite. Like he's a carbon copy almost of Ian Kutulaba, just the African version of him.
Okay, yeah,
that's what it is. And he got hit. Ankalaev got hit once, but after that he landed the beautiful front kick to the face, rocked him, and then he just followed up with punches and finished him there. So this was more of a resume in terms of the next level of contenders that we're going to be getting for possibly John Jones, right? Ankalaev, I think, is staked to claim, but I wish we had a little bit more of a definitive ending here to be able to promote him more, right?
I don't mind them running it back because it's not like Ankalaev needs to be fast-tracked or anything. And fuck it, just run it back. Let him. He'll probably win again. I don't see the big deal.
Is he not ranked? Wow, he is not ranked.
Yeah, that is pretty.
That's some bullshit there. Jacare Souza is ranked over Magomed Ankalaev. Shut up.
Jacare Souza lost to Yan.
Shut the fuck up.
But I guess because he only lost a split decision and made it close.
Fuck your reasoning, Tony.
That makes no
Uncle
sense.
Live
No.
should be at least 15.
Yeah, this is Uncle Live's like 4-1. He's on a 4-fight win streak.
His only loss was 1 second gaff or whatever, 3 or 5 second gaff.
That really soured me on him.
But
he
I
was
think he's
easily
he's
winning that.
like, yeah.
Why the fuck did he tap?
I know.
Why
I
did
know.
he, go out. Go out.
I know.
Why the fuck did
I
you
know.
tap? It's a choke. Just
I
go
know.
out. You're winning.
I'm giving him the pass on that just because of how good he's looked since then. 3-0 now.
It looked like as
Looked
soon
great.
as it ended too, he was like, "Oh, what the fuck did I do?"
Yeah.
It might have been like a training thing. In training, when you get caught with a triangle, you tap.
I would love to see
Go
him
out.
actually against. Did OSP win his last fight? Who did
Fuck
OSP?
OSP, man.
But still, in terms of starting to get some names for Uncle Live.
Okay, for Uncle Live,
Yeah.
fine. Did OSP win his fight? Did he fight a no name or something? OSP's garbage.
Who the fuck did he fight? I feel like he just fought. He beat. I feel like he
yeah.
fought after that fight too.
Vaughn flew again over this.
Oleg Shijiuk. Yeah, so Uncle Live should obviously start fighting some names in the light heavyweight division. We need to start, not fast track him, but start getting him onto the path of possibly being a contender. Because if he actually had survived that 1 second against Paul Craig, he could possibly be in a contender's fight or in contender fight.
He would have survived. He wasn't even
Right?
Like he wasn't out. Why did you tap?
We're past that part, but I'm talking about if he got the victory there.
Yeah, but-
He'd be 4-0 now. He would be fighting possibly top 10 at this point, right? So we need to start getting him into that pace and get there.
I'm perfectly fine with them running it back just to get a more.
I don't- we
because
don't
that
need
was
to see it.
that was an awful stoppage.
We don't need to see it. In my opinion, we don't need to see it. Especially, I'm done with that. Let's move on to fucking Spencer
these
and
two.
Spencer and Anderson.
The UFC took the WWE approach here. They just booked 2 jobber fights to make
Pretty
their
much.
stars look good.
And even Anderson made it look a little bit sketchy at first.
Okay, sorry. The girl that Felicia Spencer beat was the girl that Megan Anderson just beat.
Correct. By submission.
Okay,
So take that into consideration.
for God's sakes, that girl had horrible defense. Her hands were like this low when she was throwing. Her strikes looked a little awkward, no defense, and she was still beating Felicia Spencer in the stand-up until it went to the ground.
She definitely had the advantage in the striking. I think the reasoning she kept her hands down though was strictly to try to avoid the takedowns, but still got fucking taken down. Either way, decent striking, just no ground game.
Well,
Zero
yeah, that's
ground game.
Felicia
That's the only
Spencer
issue.
mauled her. Well, you should,
Yeah.
because the girl who's not even a grappler mauled her on the ground.
Yeah.
And you choked that girl out, no problem, because you have better grappling. So that's expected. I would say between the two, even though she sucks, Megan Anderson's looked probably better. Like had the better looking performance. I don't know if she knocked her out.
I would prefer if they gave the title shot to Felicia. To be
Felicia's
honest.
striking looked fucking
Doesn't matter.
terrible. Amanda Nunes is gonna murder this girl. At least with Amanda Nunes, well, actually, that's the thing too. Amanda can do it all. So then if she fights Megan, she'll just take her down and GDR her. Just fuck all this.
It's literally
all this shit.
if you put the skills of Anderson and Spencer together, we would get somewhat of a decent fight, and Nunes will probably be still minus 400 or something. But
You know what? You're right. Just give it to Spencer. At least she has the win over Anderson too.
I'm saying this for Megan Anderson's well-being. She needs another fight. She needs more experience before she goes up
Put
against
her
a girl like
against a
Nunes.
grappler.
I didn't even listen to her post-fight interview. Did she call out Nunes, or did she say anything about it, or did you skip it as well?
Yeah. She tried to like say like, oh, do you guys want to see it? And it's like, shut up. Nobody wants to fucking.
They
see
should
it
all
right
be fucking like an accessory to murder if fucking Anderson and Nunes gets put together.
Actually, no, I
they're
wouldn't.
trying to book her. They're trying to. I told you this before. This is the Megan Anderson division now. They're trying to push her as much as possible. And again, for her well-being and for the skills that she's still showing, she should have another fight out
There's
there.
no division. Like,
There's no
I'm
division,
so,
but-
I'm so sick of this. Just
like-
enough with this.
Let's do the Anderson Spencer rematch. Fuck it. Why not? Let's get a true number one contender.
The funny part is, I'd prefer that to Amanda facing any of these
I agree.
two, and go let Amanda fucking defend her bantamweight strap, maybe
Yeah.
against Shevchenko or someone else, just not any of these two.
I haven't seen anything in terms of like which way the UFC is currently leaning in terms of who they would. Personally, I would want to see them fight Spencer if it's really between them two. You're thinking Anderson? Are you sticking with that?
You know what?
You're leaning towards Spencer as well. Because
yeah.
what did Anderson do? She got held up against Cage and then landed one good shot.
and then landed
what
one
could
good shot.
arguably be seen as a little bit of a quick stoppage as well too.
Kind of.
She literally just dropped her, didn't follow up with anything. The girl obviously she got dropped.
She was
but
out.
they didn't give her any chance to, hold on to Anderson or anything like that.
Yeah, in the moment, the stoppage was probably early. However, in hindsight, it was correct because she was out. But what you're saying is like the referee can't make that assumption. Just stop it early. What if she wasn't out? But
Yeah, what if she like got
She
on
was
top
out.
of her and then she just held on to her?
She
and
was
she's
definitely- she
she's
was out.
mainly a jiu-jitsu girl as well too. So who knows? Maybe she would have parlayed that into a sweep and got a submission. So there is that sketchiness. So you're talking about the one flash from Megan Anderson, which was a one punch KO. That's not enough for me to Felicia Spencer. Even though
she's got the win over Megan. too,
even though
so.
Felicia Spencer got kind of outstruck there, she got the takedown. She showed good top position. She was able to ride the girl, got her back, and then eventually TKO'd her.
I'm cool with it. If any, I just don't care about any of this. All it's so.
I'm
who
saying
gives a
scrap
fuck?
scrap the featherweights, bring in the atomweights. There's more talent at atomweight.
Yeah, man.
There's definitely more
It
talent
makes more
there.
sense for the women. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not enough of these featherweights.
Dawson against Minner. I had a small poke on Minner
I
because
didn't
he
even
was
see the fight. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't,
plus 400, 21 out of 24 wins by submission. For,
Yeah, I know Grant
For
Dawson.
for Minner.
For Minner
Coming in
But
on short notice.
Dawson is the grappler.
Dawson is the heavy wrestler, and
Yeah.
Minner is the more jiu-jitsu guy.
Okay.
21 out of 24 wins by submission. Take that fucking in. Insane. So I'm like, yo, plus 400, if especially because I kind of looked at it as like Askren against Maya. Whereas Askren needed his wrestling to win this fight, but Maya had the jiu-jitsu to hold his own in that case. Not saying that Minner is Maya, but kind of similar situation. I was okay with the small stab there at close to plus 400. Anything else on the card that really stood out to you? Unfortunate loss for Tom Breeze. This guy can't really fucking get his shit together.
Oh, dude, I thought Brees would win that fight. He got mauled.
He got mauled.
And that to me was bad because I always think it's the worst look when a guy just covers up and waits for the ref to save him. It's not like one shot really dropped him and hurt him.
Yeah.
It was just held down, then constant ground and pound, and then just waiting for the ref to stop it, and then sits back up like, oh, fuck, overwhelmed and stuff. I'm like, that's like the worst look to me because you're going to be in a bad situation if you're trying to get to the top. And if you're going to quit like that, it's like, I don't know. I thought that was like a terrible look for Tom
Breeze has always had issues with, he has issues with like his mental state. Like he's always been like on the brink of just always losing it. He's pulled out of,
really?
Dude, he's
didn't know
super
that.
talented, super skilled,
Yeah,
super
his
talented.
boxing, yeah.
But take this in terms of how many fights he's pulled out of.
Oh, shit.
Look at that. Ferreira, Di Carico, Ferreira, Heinisch. The Heinisch one he pulled out on fight day because he had nerves.
Oh, nerves.
Couldn't just mentally just checked out. Couldn't
I didn't know
fucking do
about
it.
this. Yeah, okay, maybe he shouldn't be fighting.
But look
because
at the guys he's fighting though. He's beaten Carl Pendred. He's beaten Nakamura, which is I would say his toughest fight. Sean Strickland beat him in a close fight there. Daniel Kelly, like he's able to go in there and beat guys he knows he's gonna beat. But when it comes to tough guys that are gonna give him issues,
you're just-
Ferreira is intimidating. So that the image of him alone probably scared him off. Di Carico, I'm not really sure. Heinisch as well. His ampness probably got to him. Brendan Allen seems like a guy he could probably go in there and fight, but again, mentally broken there in the cage too.
That's what it looked like to me. I don't think his mental is up there. He needs to get it together, or he's not going to go
done.
anywhere.
Is there anything else on the
No,
undercard?
Spivak sucks and should be cut. At this level, just you have you don't even try and stand up when you get taken down. Anybody, this is my thinking. If you get to the UFC and you don't know how to stand up from getting taken down, you should be cut immediately. There's just no time or room for this nonsense. This is Bush League shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Did you see that?
Jordan Griffin's
Yeah, I was going to
guillotine.
bring that up. How nuts is that, eh? Crazy.
He was
Like in a half guard, right?
Side control.
Oh, side control.
The
He used to
guy
go,
had
fuck.
side control on him, and he just fucking
He had some
forearmed
weird, like,
into the
angle on him,
neck and
dude.
torquing it. This I don't know what the fuck that is. I hope someone talks about it. Maybe a Gracie breakdown. I've never heard of that.
He had some crazy torque on that.
You always hear, oh, the guy's going for a guillotine. Oh, he's then the guy. What does the guy do immediately to defend? He passes into side control. And It's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is nothing now. You can't really do anything. This guy. He
Put him
made
out.
it into fucking something. He choked him out.
Put him out. And DJ Brown's a pretty good jiu-jitsu guy as well, too. So
That was-
to
that
be
was-
able to do
that
that to him
was
was actually pretty
pretty
good.
crazy.
Unfortunate loss for Alan Cruz. That guy was kind of like a prospect. He was the one that had the flying knee KO that I showed you guys in our little group chat. Just fucking boom, right on the fucking chin. Put the guy out in the contender series. But in this one,
He got mauled.
There's a little bit of controversy with this one actually too. Did you see it? You know about the
The
controversy?
initial elbow was totally clean. Dude.
Let's look at that.
Clean. It's totally
Let's
clean.
look at that.
Even Bisping thought it might be illegal. Then they showed the replay for a certain angle, and as soon as like I saw it, and even on the commentary, they're like, "Oh, okay." Bisping's like, "No, that was clean. That was clean."
His manager is saying he's gonna appeal
Fuck
it.
off. That was
But
a clean elbow.
they showed it in slow motion here. That one right there.
Okay, that one was illegal. That's
one looks
definitely
illegal.
illegal. But the one that hurt him, he's already hurt there. You saw him collapse and come back up.
Oh, that one might even have been to the back.
Yeah, that one might
It
not
looked
even
like
have hit
been to
his
like the top
head.
of the spine, which is technically still kind of illegal. You shouldn't be. You can't be.
Yeah, okay, that one was illegal, but that didn't look like it did any damage. The initial one, where he did this, that was right there behind the ear, but it was legal. I think the one that hurt him was legal, but I don't know, man.
Unfortunate.
Guys still got to be way more careful. Like if
Yeah.
you gotta like don't throw this. You know the back of the head is exposed. Why are you risking it?
Yeah.
It's just
I was happy to see Brady get the win too. I'm kind of high on that guy, 12-0 now.
I didn't watch that fight. Yeah, I actually forgot that the prelim started at 5, so I only started
Yeah, it was
tuning in
early.
around 5:30. So
It was definitely earlier this time around. Decent card overall, considering the fact that I thought it was one of the weaker cards overall.
Oh, God,
name
yeah.
value wise, I should say.
No.
But main card delivered, right? Main card absolutely delivered.
Sure, I just didn't care about any of the fights outside of Ankalaev and Kutalaba and then like the main event. Like I didn't give a fuck about that. Featherweight, women's featherweight is like get off my TV. Like I
Yeah.
don't care. I don't care.
You're so fucking savage.
Oh
dude.
God. No.
Any final thoughts on this card itself? So biggest thing, obviously, Figueiredo comes out as the champ.
That's the biggest thing.
Well,
for
not
sure.
champ actually. Sorry, I should backpedal there. It comes out as the winner in this title fight, which
I
is
think the overall winner of the
for him.
whole card was Henry Cejudo. It's the biggest winner.
He can still say
Biggest
he's
winner of the
technically the
night.
champ.
Biggest
Technically
winner of
still
the night
champ.
was Henry Cejudo.
That's hilarious. We're not going to get too far into 248. I don't want to break it down or anything like that because I want to save it for the recap for next week. So I will just leave. We'll finish this podcast on this last question. Just give me one reasoning as to who you're picking in the main event between Adesanya and Romero.
Adesanya by TKO.
Adesanya by TKO.
He's gonna finish him easy.
I'm gonna say
He's gonna make it look easy.
I'm going to say Adesanya by TKO as well. Not the most confident in betting him. He's like minus 250, minus 260. I think that's a little bit wide.
That's a little too high.
That's
for
a little bit too wide.
I want to see Adesanya by finish though.
Yeah,
or
that would be
KO
nice.
specifically. TKO.
I think
those
fight
odds might be
doesn't-
worth it.
I think fight doesn't go to decision odds.
I don't think it's not going to a decision. Guys have outpointed Romero.
Minus
Romero.
215.
Guys have been outstriking him, and then like Rockhold was clearly
Yeah.
beating him, and then he just landed that bomb. Adesanya is just too good a striker to me to have that bomb landed on him. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just he keeps feinting, throwing different things, and he's just gonna confuse Yoel. And I think it's gonna be Yoel a lot of doing his parrying.
Yeah.
But not really throwing back because he can't find his opening. I see that happening a lot. And then probably getting put out. He got rocked by Costa. People don't remember.
Yeah.
In the first round, he got rocked. I'm like, dude, an Adesanya can hide his shots really well. I think he's going to rock him.
Should
put
be
him
a
out.
fun fight. I'm super excited for
I
that.
think
And then we
he's
got
going out.
Joanna and Zhang in the co-main event as well, which should be fun
that's
as well. So
fucking fun as hell.
solid card overall. We're looking forward to breaking that down for you guys next week. We're going to do a deciding splits for you guys as well, to a little bit more of a throwback since there wasn't any split decisions this past card. Make sure you guys check that shit out. Comment, like, subscribe, do all that shit below, and then we'll see you guys next week. Peace.